So when you're down and lack motivation, how do you get back up? What do you do? The simple answer is to find your why, but that simple answer isn't as simple as it sounds. So let's begin with where you are today. We're going to look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and let's identify where you are in the levels of those. So the bottom of the pyramid, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is physiological need. What that really means is that there's a need for survival. So we need water, we need food, we need shelter, we need those physical elements. So when you're at that level, you're not worried about friends, you're not worried about what can you do out there, what's your life purpose. You're just worried about, I need some water, I need some food, I need to be covered from rain, from the weather, that kind of a thing. So the next level is safety. So security needs or safety needs. So we want to be physically safe, we want to be psychologically safe. We want to be in environments where there's no physical threat against us and there's nobody kind of psychologically putting us down or anything like that as well. So the third level is love and belonging. This one is especially relevant to me, I feel, because I feel like I value relationships, families, friendships, community. That's where you feel like you belong to something. Like it's not just you, but you have a group of friends, you have a group of community that you do things together, you share life with, basically. The next one is esteem needs. So we all want to feel good about ourselves and we want other people to feel good about us. So we want to be respected by others. This may be the level that you're at currently. Next level is cognitive needs. We reach a certain point in our lives and in our growth where just superficial conversations, small talk, it's all good and great, but we want to go deeper in life, in conversations that we have with other people. We want to talk about something a little bit more involved, a little bit more challenging. Again, are you at this level looking for deeper conversations with other people, kind of trying to get your mind a little bit sharper? Next level is aesthetics needs. So for this, it's about beauty, it's about balance in your life. So we all know that we like beautiful things. But when you're at the survival level, level 1, you don't really care for the beauty. It's not even top of mind for you because you're looking for water, food, shelter. But when you reach this level, all of a sudden you care for the beautiful things. You care for the arts, you care for the things that look good. You want to set up your environment to be really nice. Next level up is self-actualization. So what that really means is that you care about personal growth. You want to become a better person. You want to become a better human being. So you're looking to become better physically, maybe work out more. Mentally, you study more, become sharper in the way you think, the way you learn different things. So you're looking to become a better version of yourself at this level. And the final level is self-transcendence. What that really means is that you go beyond yourself. You start caring more for other people around you. So you're looking how you can help, use your skills, use your abilities, use whatever you have to further and better people around you. So now that you have a quick understanding of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I wanted to share a couple life philosophies, because depending on what level in those hierarchy of needs you are, you will subscribe to one or another philosophy of life. So let's actually go through some of the life philosophies now. The first one is hedonism. So what is hedonism? Hedonism is basically living for pleasure and avoiding pain. Obviously like pleasure, so they like to do things that are nice or pleasing to them. Anything that's painful, they will move away from that. They want to avoid pain. One example, even in the workplace, is that they want to minimize the amount of effort they put into something and maximize the amount of time they do nothing, basically. Just one kind of quick example, but it could be things in personal life as well, where you just want to sit there, watch TV all day and not really do any chores, let's say. Because chores are painful, watching TV is easy and pleasurable. Another philosophy is stoicism. So what stoicism is, you control yourself, and what you can't control, you just accept it. A lot of times Stoics, what they will do is they will subject themselves to pain on purpose so that when time comes for a harder pain, they'll be able to handle that. So they will even practice certain things of accepting pain, unlike hedonism where you want to avoid pain. All right, another philosophy is existentialism. And what that really means is that you assign meaning to life. So you define what life means to you, basically. The challenge with this could be that if you're not quite sure what the meaning is, you will struggle assigning that meaning to your life. So another philosophy of life is utilitarianism. You want to maximize the greatest good, for the greatest good, basically. So you want to do good to benefit basically most people, or as many people as possible. And then the one after this is nihilism. Nihilism is basically saying that there is no meaning, there's no point to anything, there's no point to life. So you just kind of do whatever you do, but there's really no point to anything. And then there's religious theism, which says that the purpose comes from God. So God assigns purpose, God assigns your value, and then you try to figure out what does God want you to do in this world. And the last one that I have to share today is humanism. And humanism basically puts value on humans. So you want to focus on human flourishing. Kind of what Elon Musk is doing. He wants to make sure that humans survives even if the world ends. He wants to transplant humans to Mars or elsewhere. That's kind of the humanism philosophy of life there. All right, so we talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We talked about different life philosophies. Here's an example of tying the two together. If you're kind of stuck and you lack motivation, how do you get back up? Let's assume that you are actually pretty high up at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're at the self-actualization, so you care about personal growth and so on. And your life philosophy is stoicism, so you want to do whatever you can to grow, so you are not avoiding pain. You may even actively seek out pain, such as a cold plunge, right? So you do all of that, but for whatever reason, you're still stuck. What will help you get out of that situation? So for me, I find that there are different teachers out there, or influencers or coaches online that teach different things. There's like the 4 M's of motivation, which is materialism, money, mastery, movement. So those apply pretty well, like if you're looking for motivation in an everyday kind of a thing. But if you're looking for like root motivation, or like the real purpose behind why you exist and what you're trying to do, to me, those were not sufficient enough. There are other coaches like Patrick Bet-David that teaches the 4 areas that drive people, which is individualism, advancement, as well as madness and purpose. But again, looking through each one of those, I can kind of identify with each one in some capacity, but ultimately for that deeper why for me, it left me kind of empty and not knowing what would really motivate me, or looking at all those motivators and seeing that none of them really motivate me. What I found for me is that looking into more of like the spiritual aspect, what does God really want me to do? Personally for me, that's where I find direction and motivation for everything else in my life that I'm trying to do. So again, for you it may be different. Hopefully these little tools or models of life and motivation and needs that we have will help generate some ideas for yourself, or at least do a self-diagnostic and kind of figure out where you are today and where you actually want to go tomorrow in terms of what you want to do and how you want to be motivated by certain things in life. If you found value in the video, give it a like. Subscribe and turn on notifications to hear more of these type of videos, and I'll see you in the next one.